Okay, like I've said before, there's no better person to ask about fit and school philosophy and what that school represents than someone who has been to that school, um, himself or herself, themselves. I gotta get that straight. And so that is really relevant for two crucial parts, and it's irreproducible, basically. Um, One is school selection, and two is a fit essay. So a lot of the job of a consultant is basically curating information. There's a sea of information. You can look it all up online, but you want to go through it quicker, um, easier, better, then you probably want some advice. So, in terms of the fit essay, what are you trying to do? The fit essay, a lot of the drawback, not the drawback, but the problem is that a lot of students try to fit, they change themselves to become what the college wants. That's one problem. Another problem is too generic. Like, you guys are a great school. I'm a good student. We fit. Like, it's not that simple. Okay, so let's look at these four parts. Think about what is attractive about the school, specifically speaking. Two, how do you fit into that school? Three, how will you contribute? That's future. And what do you want to work with, or who do you want to work with? Who is attending? Who is at that university? That's so specific. So let me talk about UCLA for a second. Some things that stand out about UCLA. Some things that you might not know. One is that it's where AIDS was discovered. Two is that it's where the first internet signal was started. Three is that the official charity is called Unicamp, which is for students to raise enough money to support kids to go on this 1 week camp in the woods, and they basically become mentors and camp counselors. That's the official. Mm, that's the official charity. There's always a blood drive, and they call it Get the Red Out during Beat SC week. Rivalry with SC is pretty big. It's a public school, so education in the education department, which ranks consistently in the first or second in the U.S. Top five. I don't know how things have been in the past 10 years, but consistently in the top. It's very much about social justice, and I minored in education. I thought it was going to be about pedagogy, but it's not. It's about why the system is the way it is, which is interesting in of itself. But I was expecting, like, all right, this is how you teach. Anyway, so with all those things in mind, how do I fit UCLA? Now, I think about myself. I think about my background. I came from a low SES background, low socioeconomic status. I'm the first in my family to attend college. Divorced parents, and that's when you start getting into, like, is this too sensitive? So hold on to those thoughts and see if it is, and how you execute it. Um, UCLA basically empowers me because UCLA embodies a lot of the things that I want. Like, when I was a kid, I want someone to, be my camp counselor and, like, help put me through that, because I didn't have, my mom and I didn't have the funds to do that. So I was one of those kids that could have benefited from your charity. Another thing is blood drive. I like to, I wouldn't say I'm the most generous person, but I give blood on several occasions. It's not a huge deal. I mean, it's yeah, I'll give blood basically. um, what else? Education. I think the most important parts is education and giving back, and that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do in terms of these videos, passing on to the next generation. Um, and so that's how I would approach the why essay. I would start with my background, and I would link all those things together, from Unicamp to what the school represents, the philosophy, being a public school, and then I would apply it to the future. I majored in psychology. Who do I want to work with? So let's see. Clinical psychology is especially strong at UCLA. Social psychology is also a close second. Social psychology is really good, and then the rest of the psychological departments are also very strong. UCLA basically in graduate programs rank top 5, top 10, based on how you measure it. Anyways, you have people like Michelle Krask, Matthew Lieberman, who I work with. I'm more like work under, and had them counsel me, not counsel me, but like serve as they were my advisors. And I mean, I know this now, but if I look back and really did my research, I would look for the people who I want to do research for. And how will I contribute? So I did a lot of sports. I don't think I would. I don't think I could contribute much to UCLA's athletic programs at all, to be honest. But I would definitely continue playing sports. Is that amazing? No, anyone can play sports at UCLA. How could it be more significant? I could join clubs. That's all superficial. So as you can see, naturally I'm struggling a little bit with the how will I contribute, but generally speaking, I'm a very active person. You can see that from my extracurricular activities, and I like to get involved in everything. I want to be a part of everything, and that's not a good thing to say because depth is a little bit better. So as you can see, it can get a little bit subjective. So some parts I could be very specific about. Some parts I have a lot of trouble with. So the key is to write it down, write all of this down, and make it connect, make it flow. So in my essay, just thinking about it, just brainstorming right now. Start with my beginnings, my humble beginnings, my roots of coming from the bottom, and how not necessarily I want to make it to the top, but I want to UCLA fits into my life because I want to take the education and what UCLA represents, and then I want to go out and represent UCLA and bring those people from the bottom, take them to the top, and not necessarily come with me, but I'm gonna show you how and to exceed me in the future, and that's my message basically. Other than that, I would look into the future. See, there are two people talking right now, me as an 18-year-old and me as a 28-year-old. So, of course, now that I look back, I know exactly what to say for the UCLA Y essay. By the way, there's no actual Y essay for UCLA. It's embedded within their two essays. And this is a weird conundrum because a lot of schools have Y essays, but not the UC system. So, but I'm going to talk about Y essay in terms of UCLA because that's what I understand. So that's how I would approach my UCLA Y essay. Now, could I have known all that without going to UCLA? Yes. I would have either had to do a lot of research or I would have had to talk to a lot of people who went to UCLA. And that's a lot of information I'd have to gather. Now, I lived it, breathed it myself for 4 years, so I know exactly how it works. So that's how I would approach it now. So 28-year-old, obviously, I have a lot of clarity. 18-year-old, 17-year-old, it wouldn't be so clear. So, that's the tricky thing about the Y essay. And that's why it's really good to get good advice and to do a lot of research. You can't do a good Y essay without a lot of good research. There's no shortcuts. There can be shortcuts, and that shortcut comes in the form of a human being. But, can you access someone at every single school? That's up to you to, that's your networking ability. But if you can't, the next best thing is to do a lot of research and be genuine, be honest, and show how you fit and what you would do. Okay? Hope that helps. Look forward to the next video. Peace.